Hi, and welcome to Author Uncut. I'm your host and author, Patrice Williams Marks. Today's podcast delves back into crowdfunding and 14 must-haves for every crowdfunding campaign. The list is taken from a chapter in my book, Hacking Kickstarter Indiegogo, Secrets to Running a Successful Crowdfunding Campaign on a Budget. But first, if you enjoy listening to my podcast, I'd be so grateful if you spread the word by leaving a rating and a review. Author Uncut can be found wherever you enjoy listening to your podcasts. Now, let's delve into 14 must-haves for your crowdfunding campaign. The first one, a video. If you can afford to put a professional one together, do it. If not, just sit in front of your computer and talk to us about your project, what it's about, what it means to you, and how you'll use the money that you've raised. Also, it's really important that you thank the viewers and the funders and mention the perks that they'll get for their support. You know, humor always helps. The next must-have, a website. Now, this may seem radical to some and duh to others, but I'm serious. You need a website specifically for your crowdfunding campaign. If you know how to set one up, just do it yourself. If you don't, hire someone to do it. Be sure to get a personal URL rather than a generic one from a free hosting site. You know, we don't want something like yourhostname.com/your project name. That's just not going to work. You need your own domain name, and they're very cheap. You can get some for $8, $10, even $1. Perception is everything. Spend the few bucks and buy a proper URL from GoDaddy or anybody else. You don't want to come off as someone who doesn't know what he or she is doing. The website doesn't have to be expensive. It can even be a one-pager. Just include information on you, the project, updates, and a way to sign up for a newsletter. You know, WordPress has quite a few free templates that you can use, which are clean and simple. So check that out. Perks and rewards. That's the next one. Make them good, period. Don't offer just to give them a thank you on your Kickstarter page or your website. People want something that is of value. They love sneak peeks, tangible goods. Give something that is unique to your own project. So, what types should you offer? Well, do your research, look up other successfully funded projects, and follow their lead. If you're an author putting together a crowdfunding campaign, consider the free service authorgraph.com. That's authorgraph.com. That's a really cool site. You're able to upload your book and start sending out signed copies. So that's something unique that you can use if that fits your campaign. The next must-have is pictures. If you have pictures of your prototype, show it. Cover of your book, post it. A picture says 1,000 words, and there's nothing like it other than a video. Next, testimonials. Have supporters already? Have them write you a quote and get their permission to use their full name on your website and your crowdfunding campaign page. No quotes followed by John from New York, as that comes across as phony. And yes, use your family and friends if you have to. What makes up a good quote? Well, it should be short, sweet, and detail-oriented. Example, very cool ebook. I used it to help me raise $9,235 for my band's first album. Michael Evans, cool band name, Vancouver, Washington. See? That is a good testimonial for you. The next one, multiple ways to contact you. Make sure they can contact you outside of Kickstarter. Post an email address. Use Google Voice phone number. That's free. Make it easy for your potential funders to get a hold of you and see you as a real person. Next, post your bio and picture. Again, you need people to know you're a real person. We need to know who you are. I want to see a headshot. Next, tiers, baby. It's all about the tiers. Make sure you have at least 5 choices for people to select from. Don't have the minimum rewards start at $100 or $50. People are more likely to feel comfortable donating at the $5 level first, and then maybe go up from there. Next, your crowdfunding campaign should count the cost. If you plan on shipping items, be sure you know exactly how much that will cost and add that to your funding dollar amount. Also take into account that around 10% or more of your money that you raise will go towards Kickstarter and Amazon payment fees. So always ask for more than you need to cover the fees. Next, don't ask for too much or too little. You should research similar projects and see what the going rate is. Asking too much will really turn people off. Asking too little, and you may find your project funded, but you still need more money to fulfill the rewards. You don't want to put yourself in that situation. You don't also want to be that guy or girl who never fulfills their obligations. It will create bad will and maybe lawsuits that will be near impossible to come back from. Next, find a writer-editor if you aren't one. No one wants to read a project description with a bunch of typos and misspellings. Of course, you can use spell check, but don't just rely on that. Next, you should really consider and think about choosing the right number of days the project will run. The average is 30 days, but maybe that's not the best for your project. Maybe your run time should be 2 weeks. Invest in time and research to make sure that you're going to get the best bang for your buck, and make sure you're not stacking the cards against you before you even launch. The next one, close the deal. Ask for their support. Ask them to fund your project. If you've been watching some of the debates going on for our next president, you'll see that every candidate ends with, "I'm asking for your vote." So follow their lead. And finally, our 14th must-have. Always keep your funders updated. That is extremely important from beginning to end and even after it's ended. People don't want to be left hanging. Active projects with frequent updates get more attention. Okay, that's about it. Those are the 14 must-haves for every crowdfunding campaign. Let me know if it was helpful by visiting my Anchor.fm page. The link is in the show notes, and clicking on the button that says message to leave me a voicemail. I may just use your voicemail in a future episode. Want to suggest a show episode or get in touch? Visit me at authoruncut.com or send me an email at mailbag@patricewilliamsmarks.com. And finally, to join our email list, go to authoruncut.com. Until next time, write on.